Hey, my name is Kim, and I am an over 50 makeup teacher, and this segment is makeup on textured skin done differently. And what does that mean? Makeup on textured skin done differently. Well, because when we were younger, and I'm 55, makeup was and looked different on our more youthful skin. Okay. Now, believe me, you will hear me talk about the fact that I believe age is just a number, and that I also believe in my makeup looking like me. Okay. I want to look just like me. Hey, Christy. I want to look just like me, only better. And I also want to look like a more polished, radiant me. Okay. My hair, it is what it is. Don't ask me how I did it. I worked out today, and then it has been a day of busyness. And so this is what we have. Just, yeah, it's okay. So I am going to show you some tips about how to do makeup differently on textured skin. So first and foremost, there's not a makeup on the planet that's going to hide your wrinkle, or that is not hide your wrinkles, get rid of your wrinkles, okay? So stop looking for that makeup. It doesn't exist, all right? And first of all, let's normalize textured skin. We all have it, okay? I would zoom in, but the last time I did that, it flipped my camera around and everybody was looking at my front yard, which was fine, but I couldn't get it turned back around. So, but I'm going to show you, like, this is textured skin. Anything that you see, any of my videos, anything that you see on my stories, never use filters, ever, because that gives us this unrealistic expectation of what skin really looks like. And it's not like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I prep my skin, some of the products that I have found work really great on mature skin, and I'm also going to show you a 3D approach to makeup. Have you ever heard of that? It's crazy, yet so simple, and it looks and works beautifully on mature skin. Okay, let's call it sophisticated skin. I'm going to start so I've done my entire skincare. I have been using a Korean skincare for, well, it was April 8th, it was 1 year. So whatever that is, a year and 2 months, almost 2 months. Incredible, has done wonders for my skin. If you're interested in taking the skincare quiz, comment K and skin. But really the easier thing to do is if you comment, you comment, what is it? Is it simple? No. What is the comment? Vernay, if you are on here, she's the one that helped me to be able to pull them together. If you comment, it's not simple. Dang it. I can't remember. Think about, and in just a minute, I will let you know what you need to comment so that you can get color or take the skincare quiz and get all of the links to what we're talking about today. All right, so I am going to hydrate underneath of my eyes first. Hold on, I know how I can figure this out so that you guys can comment what you need to comment. Give me a second. Thank you for hanging in there. All right, comment. Oh, for the love. Why can't I see it? Ay, simple. Comment simple. Simple. Gosh, it was so simple. Why couldn't I think about it? Comment simple, and you'll get the link to everything. All right, but I'm going to hydrate underneath of my eyes. Why is that important? It's important because you don't want your makeup attaching to anything on your face, meaning skin-wise. All right, so I'm going to hydrate my nasolabial folds. I'm going to hydrate my lip lines right here. I'm going to hydrate the 11s. I've chosen not to have Botox, any injections, fillers, anything. That's just me. It's just the way I've chosen to live my life. So anything that moves, I like to hydrate. Okay. Again, you can use your moisturizer, all the things. Okay. So that's just really, really important to be able to prep your face. Now, I'm also a minimalist when it comes to applying a small amount of product, the right colors in the right place on my face, okay? Comment the word simple and you'll get like all the links to everything that we're going to talk about today. All right, so first things first is I'm going to color correct. And what is color correction? The color correction means that you're getting to the root of your discoloration issue, whether that be rosacea, whether that be dark under eyes. You can see that I have some eye baggage going on. They're not real deep today because eye bags can take on a whole life of their own depending on your genetics, your fluid intake, your sleep, all the things. Okay, but color correction should be at the forefront of your mind when you're thinking about coverage. Okay, because the minute that you learn to color correct, the minute that you're going to realize you need less product. Okay, so I'm going to color correct always right here, and many women get this discoloration in the inner corner. I have this trough right here which accentuates the eye bag itself. Okay, so we will often hear on social media, hey, can you show me how to do my makeup to get rid of my eye bags? No. You're not going to get rid of your eye bags with makeup. Again, that's texture. That's inflammation. What I can show you is how we can distract from them. Okay, and that's what I'm going to do right now. So color correction comes in the form of using the color opposite the color wheel of the color that you identify as the issue. So for example, this is blue, okay, blue. Sometimes that dark under eye is more purpley, all right? But a salmon pink is going to be your BFF. And let me see if I can show you why. Yes, I can. I have a color wheel here, okay? This is what the color wheel looks like, all right? This is the one like you got in elementary art class. All right. And the way that you know what you color correct with is if you identify the color that is presenting the problem. Okay. Hey, Tracy. Okay. So right here, if this is the blue family, you follow it directly across. Something from the orange family is going to correct it. I have a color corrector here. Just go find yourself, go to the drugstore, go to your lipstick makeup bag and find a peach. Peach is your best friend, okay? I'm going to take a little bit. This one is from a company called Amazing Cosmetics. The reason that I like it is it's a true color corrector. So that means that I need minimal product because it is meant to adhere to the skin, okay? And I'm only placing it where I see the discoloration. Now, y'all watch that happen, right? You watched it kind of erase the blue. If I would have taken a concealer, because back in the day, you would have taken a light concealer and you would have put it over top of that blue, and then it just would have been gray underneath. It wouldn't have covered it, right? And so another misconception is that when you have something dark, you want to go in with something light to cover it. No, you want to go in with something dark to cover it. All right. And so I'm just going to I let that just kind of sit for a second, and I'm just going to take my finger and I'm tapping it in. Where did the blue go? It's so crazy. All right. Age spots can be a variety of different colors. There's not all one size fits all age spots, but I can assure you that there is probably some blue in your age spot. Okay. So something from the salmon pink color to even maybe a more yellowish gold. Try that. All right, here we go again. And then when I look down, the trough of your eye bag, the trough, that's the ditch of your eye bag. That's the one that you actually want to treat, okay? If that ditch is not discolored, then you're just going to want to put your main your main foundation shade there. Don't necessarily go lighter. It kind of is relative. I'm gonna talk a little bit about something else too. So looking at my under eyes, think about just for a minute, the difference between light and dark is what enhances certain distractions for us. It's the disparity that bugs us. It's that age spot that is darker than anything else on our face. So therefore, it's the one that draws your attention. Now, I also need to say, most of the time we are our own worst critics and nobody notices the things that you notice. All right. But again, we are our own worst critics. The other thing is that when you're using a magnification mirror because you need your readers in order to be able to do your makeup, I can relate to all of that. That magnification mirror is also magnifying the distraction to you. So if you kind of take a few steps back and we concentrate on looking at the entire face, okay? We're going to bring light to certain areas of our face. We're going to sculpt certain areas of our face, bring warmth and add color. Then the overall look is ultimately what you're going for. And then that is what in and of itself provides the distraction of that one tiny little thing that is really bothering you. Okay? And Kaysen's mom, you can reach out to me privately because I can help with under eye tips. Because again, it's not a one size fits all. But let's talk about this. Sometimes in the summertime, or if you are a sunglass girl and you wear sunglasses all the time, so you have this white underneath of your eyes, not tan, you have white underneath of your eyes. What can you do? You need to add color. You need to take a little bit of a bronzer, something and a very, very small brush, a little bit of bronzer and a very small brush, and you need to add color to that area that is so light. And what ends up happening is you then have evened out your skin tone and you can go back in with your foundation over top of that, but now you've made it all kind of an even playing field. And it's just a different way of looking at makeup. Because what's going to happen is if you keep that light and the rest of your face is tanned or dark or a different color, because nobody's face is really all one color, then what ends up happening is you end up putting your makeup over it, and guess what? You've had to either pile a lot of makeup underneath your eyes to match your cheeks, which then is going to end up creasing underneath, or it's still lighter than all the other areas of your face, okay? So if you have a dark gray, you probably need, Kaysen's mom, you might need something then that's more yellow, because that's probably appearing more purple. And the yellow will be more brightening. So all I'm doing is taking a little bit of bronzer. And this is like different from anything else that you've ever probably learned. Like, okay, I have dark under eyes and I have some lighter areas around it, so I'm going to darken the light areas. What? So you mean I'm making my under eyes darker? Yeah, kinda. But think about it. The idea then is to even the playing field, even the canvas. Artists do that all the time. And that's truly what makeup is. It's kind of this little way of self-expressing yourself. And you also have to give yourself some grace, because I'm here to teach tips for women, especially with mature skin. Make sure you're following me, by the way, because if you comment simple and you're not seeing the link, that's because you're not following me on Instagram. It's hiding it from you. All right, so what I did was I went ahead and added a little bit of color and just into the lighter areas. So now everything's pretty light. So let's just kind of go in and do a little bit of makeup, and I'm going to show you the 3D approach to makeup. So our faces are three-dimensional, not one-dimensional. I love products that move with the skin. No more liquids, no more powders for me. It's not happening because they dry down. All right. They won't move with my face, which then as the day goes on, they're going to end up creasing, cracking, and separating. Okay. And having your skin in really good shape is of utmost importance. You're not going to get any makeup to look good on your face if you don't have a good skincare routine. Okay. One more thing I'm going to mention, and this is the last time I'm going to mention it here in this video, is if you haven't thought about dermaplaning, getting your face dermaplaned, shaving your face, that vellus hair, that peach fuzz, really consider it. It's easy. I do it in my own house all the time. I do it about once a month. Some people need to do it more than once a month. There are plenty of videos on YouTube. It will change the game for you. Trust me, it will change the game. Your makeup is going to sit more beautifully. Your skincare is going to soak in. It is a form of exfoliation, and it makes all the difference. Okay, so what is a 3D approach to makeup? I'm going to apply dark colors where dark colors should go. I'm going to add coverage where I need coverage. I'm going to brighten where I need to brighten. And then I'm going to add color where I need to color. So as we go through this step, I'm going to walk you through step by step. I'm going to use my favorite makeup, okay? And talk to you a little bit about what I'm doing and why I'm placing it where. If you love your makeup, then you probably have a product in your makeup bag right now that you can pull out. If you want to go get it, carry your phone to your makeup bag, go grab it. And as I mention something, you'll be like, yeah, Kim, pretend I'm there. Yeah, I can use this. Yes, do that, okay? So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add dimension to my face. What's that mean? That means that I want to sculpt my cheekbones. I want to sculpt my jawline. I want to sculpt around my hairline. I want to give my face depth, okay? When you're taking one color of foundation and you're applying it all over your face, you now have made your three-dimensional face all one-dimensional. You've taken all the shadows away. Why? We want shadows in our face because that's what gives our face that model look, like the human look. We are humans, okay? We are not Kilroys. Like, we're not one-dimensional. We are three-dimensional. So think about this approach because you're also using less makeup. So I'm going to go in first with the bronzer. You can also use a contour. I like a bronzer. And I'm going to dab in with a brush like this. This is my favorite cream makeup. This all comes in one palette. It's all personalized to me. I can build my palette. It's the size of a deck of cards, eyeshadows, concealers, lip and cheeks. Okay, if you comment the word simple, you will get all the links to all my things and you can just browse or message me. All right, so look at what I'm doing. I'm feathering this makeup in because it's warming up to the skin. It's buildable. And I'm taking it all the way back to my hairline. All the way back. Now, if you have a small forehead, because this is kind of closing in my forehead a little bit. If you have a receding hairline, contouring is really great for a receding hairline, okay? Because it closes that in. It adds dimension. If you have a wide forehead, you can contour down as far as you need to, but here's what I suggest. You always leave this half moon right here. So it's almost like this triangle right here is what you're filling in. And you can kind of see it, right? That's what I filled in. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to do cheekbones. I'm going to kind of come down in the form of a letter C. So you can kind of see how I came down. If you're contouring, you want to avoid the temples. Contours usually have a little bit more gray in them. They're cooler. And it's going to provide a shadow. And in this area, when we get older, we hollow out there, right? So by placing a contour in your temple area and then also in the hollows of your cheeks, it's going to hollow them out even more. So we're going to avoid temples with contour, but bronzing like I'm doing, that's adding warmth. It has more red in it, so that's okay, right? All right, this is kind of like the sun is naturally kissing me. I don't self-tan my face anymore. You see that I have some sun on my face. I was in Cabo 2 weeks ago, so that's why you see that. And that's really the look that I'm going for when I use bronzer is like that naturally sun-kissed look. I don't want to be orange. That looks weird, okay? Especially then when, another reason I don't tan my face is because it wears off weird, okay? It doesn't wear off even, then you have to go through all the things. When you're using a cream bronzer, it makes your life so much easier, and then you can just wash it off at night and it takes seconds in the morning to do. So hairline, kind of cheekbones. You can even tap this on your nose if you want to add a little bit of warmth there, a little bit on your chin. Okay, and then I like to go right back my jawline. And I want to show you this. I have jowls, okay? So it's okay that I'm kind of pulling this right over top of, you see the indentation, you see the sagginess. I'm pretending the sagginess isn't there, and just that little shadow alone will help to be able to diminish the appearance of your jowl, okay? It's all about illusion. I can't see all the comments, so I'm sorry if I'm not. I love to know where you guys are watching from. That's awesome. I saw Boston. Hi, Rosie from Boston. Okay. Dimension. This is one product on my face after color correcting. Okay. Color corrected. Figure out what the distraction is. Get yourself a peach. Okay. Add dimension, whether that be in the form of a contour at your hairline, at your jawline, or at your cheekbones and at your jawline. All right. If you want to add a little bit, contouring your nose is a little bit different. It's kind of right on either side of that bone. Now let's go in and let's decide where we need coverage. Okay. Because when you take this approach, I haven't put any foundation on yet. And this is a little bit of reverse thinking, is that a lot of times we will want to go in with our foundation first. But what if I did this? Instead, what I'm going to do is brighten. So I'm going to bring light to certain areas of my face. The reason that I want to do that is it's going to give me this wide awake look. It's going to be like this flash bulb went off in my face, but it's not going to be overkill. All right. The old way of doing it was to provide, or to put, slow down, Kim, to put a lot of concealer underneath of our eye, over top of that darkness, over top of the wrinkles. When you're placing a light color over top of too much texture, you might as well hang a neon sign from that problem area, okay? We don't want to do that. We just want to bring light to a specific area of our face, right down the middle. Let me show you how to do that. So I'm actually going to use my finger. You can tell I use my concealer. This is probably 5 or 6 months old. This lasts. Yeah, this is Palace. That's the color that I use. I'm going to put a little bit on my ring finger. And here is where I place it. Here, here, and right down the middle of my nose. I had so little product on my finger, and I had all the product that I need. Okay, now I'm just going to go ahead and tap this out. My finger's warm. The makeup is cream. My face is warm. This just looks like my skin. Okay. A little goes a long way. Now, if you don't have a lot of texture here, you can put that concealer, that brightener right there too. I happen to have the WTH lines right there, okay? I am avoiding that. If I place a light color there, I'm accentuating it, all right? But look at that. I slimmed my nose. By taking that lighter color and putting it a little bit down the bridge of my nose, when I put that bronzer over top, I literally slimmed my nose. I brought light to the middle. All right, now I still haven't put any foundation on. Crazy. And what my shade of bronzer is Bella. Okay, comment simple if you want the links to everything I'm using here. Okay, so then now I'm going to go in and I'm going to use my favorite new foundation is a cushion. Okay. This cushion is absolutely amazing. It is a hybrid between a liquid and a cream. It is infused with Korean skincare, so it does the job of your skincare all day long while you're wearing makeup. Okay, I totally love it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going into this cushion and I'm gonna fill it in. I'm just gonna fill in where I haven't applied any product yet. Okay, how cool is this? Clear up underneath of my eyes. Clear up underneath of my eyes. I didn't do this area right here, did I? And then you're just blending it. I didn't do right underneath here. Now, the thing about a cushion, it is Korean skincare, so it is by a company called Remon. Yes, this is a foundation that the way that the oils are within this, it helps to have the light reflecting off of them so it looks beautiful on all kinds of skin. I held a makeup class last week and I put the cushion on 14 women. And, well, 14 people wanted the cushion afterwards. They were absolutely in love. Couple of things that they remarked to me. It's always nice to be able to hear this from other people. This is what I think too, but they were like, it's so light on my face. I can't even feel it. I love the coverage, but it still looks like skin. It still looks natural. And I had people with rosacea. I had people with acne scarring. I had people with lots of age spots. I did not color correct any of them for those things on their face, okay? We did some under eye work, all right? This is called Remon. If you comment the word simple, you'll get links to all of this stuff that I'm talking about. It's freaking amazing, okay? And I don't take that lightly. Anybody who's been here for a while, you know that I have a few products that I love makeup-wise. You can, Tracy, you can get it. Just comment the word simple. All right, right now, Remon, the cushion, well, Remon itself, the skincare too, is in Korea, which is started there, okay? And it's still manufactured there. The United States, Canada, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Singapore, Mexico. It's coming to Japan. It is going worldwide, all right? So anyway, on with more teaching. Now it's time for me to add color. So I'm going back into my one compact makeup system and I have a couple different lip and cheek colors. These colors depends on what you're going for. What I love about cream blush, and if you're not using a cream blush, you need to be finding yourself a cream blush because that is perfect for mature skin. It kind of mimics the way that it looks on your skin. It mimics like a youthful flushing. All right. And then you choose, you can see how bright that is, but look how pretty it is on the cheeks. So don't go by necessarily what it looks like in the tin. They're highly pigmented, but look how beautiful. I get so excited because I was a neutral. Give me the mauve. Give me the neutral girl. Like that was me, cover girl. I can still see it in the tin. I don't remember the name of it, but that was me for so long. And now with creams, you can experiment with colors and feel totally safe about it. This one is called Baby Watermelon. All right. I don't use Baby Watermelon enough. I just pulled it out of my palette because this is a glow palette that I curated. And so like this whole palette that has the bronzer, the concealer, the lip and cheek color, 2 eyeshadows, $89. That's the compact. That's the whole thing. Like when you think that it does your whole face, it's kind of amazing. Let me tell you about the cushion really quickly though. This is really an instructional video, but I do want to tell you about the cushion. The cushion, because it's infused with Korean skincare, what else I also love is this is a refillable compact, okay? Because they really have Remon really has their heart set on the environment. So refillable. This pops out, and in the box, this is what it looks like in the box. Whoops, I just dropped it. This is what the box looks like. There's another refill in here. So you're actually getting 2 cushions, which each one will last you 2 to 3 months. So that's 6 months worth of product, and the cushion is $55. Lisa, I would get matched to the cushion. You just have to send me a photo. Because I like to tell people and help people get the right color. I would hate to see you get the wrong color, because a lot of people will go by what's on the website and they'll be like, I'm not that dark. And I can honestly tell you, most women feel like they are lighter than what they actually are, which is part of the problem why so many women are wearing the wrong color foundation, and why they hate their foundation is because they're going way too light. So I added a little bit of color on my cheeks. I'm just going to go ahead and tap some baby watermelon on my lips. Okay. That's a little bold for my liking. So I'm going to go to the second level. And this is, what is this? This is what one of the lids look like. I'm going to tell you what color this is because I'm going to mix it with it. Boop, 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 boop. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's Frenchy. Oh, that's a color corrector. I would never have recognized that. This is a great color corrector, Frenchy. It's that peach. Okay, so we can add that, and then we can add a little bit of gloss on top of it. Or you can go darker, whatever it is. I'm going to blot that off just a little bit because I got too much. Yep, there we go. Okay, let's do some eyes really quickly. When you go to do your eyeshadow, don't put eyeshadow on an empty lid, meaning a lid that has not been primed, okay? Yes, thank you, Tracy. That's a perfect instance of just letting me help you. Okay, so this primer, if you're not an eyeshadow girl, before you kind of click off the video because you don't want to see eyeshadow because you're not an eyeshadow girl, you're going to want to see this, because if you need nothing else, you need this primer. It's by a company called Sigma. It is in the color Persuade. Don't get any other shade. You want Persuade. It is a matte peach, so therefore you can get a good look. This eyelid is red and discolored, okay? I have taken it and I have evened it out. You add yourself a little bit of mascara, and that's all you need, okay? If you're not much of an eyeshadow girl, if nothing else, just use a primer to even out the discoloration on your lids, and then you're good to go. Get out the door, okay? But I'm gonna go ahead and add that to my lid. And then we're just gonna do a 2 eyeshadow look really quickly. So I have 2 colors here. I have Cafe and I have Hot Chocolate. And one is a shimmer. And all of our mature lives, we've said stay away from shimmer, but I'm here to show you where you can wear shimmer. So I'm going in with a fluffy brush into Cafe, and I'm gonna tap off the excess. I'm gonna keep my eye open, and I'm going to feather Cafe in from just above my pupil. My eyes are not closing, straight out to about the tail of my brow, okay? The brand of primer, if you comment simple, you're gonna get the brands of everything, but it is Sigma, okay? Sigma, and you want the color Persuade. Don't get any of the other colors. I mean, you can, but they're really frosty. I've tried them, okay? You want Persuade because it has the color correcting properties in it. I have tried MAC Paint Pot. I have tried e.l.f. I'm telling you, it is the best eyeshadow primer on the market. Hands down, the best. Okay, thank you, Judith, for saying that. It truly is. It's around, I don't know, how much is this? I want to say $23 to $29, depending. You might even, yeah. So, do you see me? I'm going straight out to the corner of my brow, straight down to the corner. Then I'm going to just take hot chocolate. This is the shimmer. Here's where I'm wearing it. Right on my movable lid. That's it. Do not, I repeat, don't put shimmer in your crease or under your brow if you do not want it to accentuate. Yes, Beth, wear the primer and no eyeshadow. That's what I do on most days of my life. Okay, it's so good. But don't put shimmer up here unless you want it to accentuate your brow bone, okay? It's not going to open up your eyes. It's just going to accentuate it. And especially for me, I have what they call deep set eyes, okay? So many times as we get older, we have one of two things. We have hooded eyes, and that was caused by excess skin that's hanging down to our lashes. Or we may have deep set eyes, which is why our eyes hollow out, okay? They hollow out underneath. That skin is really thin, or they'll hollow out in the crease. That means the brow bone is protruding more. So I have to be careful putting too light of a color up here because that's going to make the brow bone protrude. I also have to watch about putting too dark of a color directly in my crease because by doing that, I'm making my crease look even deeper, which is why I wanted to show you how you go in just above the eyeball, okay? And then add your color there. And if it transfers a little down into your crease, whoop-de-doody, but you're not concentrating only in your crease, and then when you open up your eye, you can't see any of the color. Okay, and then one other really easy way of being able to add a little bit of eyeliner without overdoing it is I'm just going into a little bit of cafe and I'm using it underneath of my eye. Can you place eyeliner under your eye? Absolutely you can. I love if you're going to use an eyeliner to smudge that just a little bit so that it doesn't look so harsh and can actually aid you if you're wearing heavy black eyeliner on the top and the bottom. That we did back in the 80s. That was my yearbook picture back in 1987 when I graduated. I look back at it and I'm like, yes, typical. Aquanet hairspray, sprayed my hair as hard as a rock, and lots of black eyeliner on the top and the bottom. But those days must come to an end. There is still there are still people wearing that, but they're probably not our age and they might be looking too harsh. Gosh, I'm just trying to tiptoe around my words, but y'all know what I'm saying, okay? The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a set spray. And I truly love this setting spray. I have this setting spray. I have this setting spray. I have Saint setting spray somewhere. Give me all the setting sprays. And now I'm going to show you my favorite one of all time. And that is by Rimmon. It's called Set Spray. You can use this to prime. And you can use this to set at the very end. It smells, I don't want to even say it really has a smell. It is not that fire hose to the face. It will give you this like little nice youthful glow. I like to take my beauty blender and, oh my gosh, I remember the day. Light the eyeliner up so that it goes on nice and smooth. I remember the day. But this is like fresh air, okay? That's the smell that it gives, is like fresh air. It's not strong at all. And I love the way that it helps my makeup to be able to last. I do have to say, this cushion, it won't crease. I'm saying that confidently. It won't crease, okay? The Sigma Eye Primer, you want Persuade, Emma. Persuade. Don't get any other color. You want Persuade. All right. It also, it's easy to go on. There's no learning curve. Okay. Sometimes with new makeup and creams, you have to, there is a little bit of a learning curve. It's always, because they're buildable, you have to be able to nuance your makeup. You don't need to pour it into your hand or squeeze it onto your face or things like that you might see going on social media, which is totally absurd to me, with mature skin, okay? When your skin was nice and smooth, Nancy, comment the word simple, and the links come to your DM, okay? You'll get a notification in your upper corner, all right? Okay, comment the word simple. That's how you get all of the information that I just sent. No liquid eyeliner, only on the top. Liquid eyeliner is totally fine. It's not eyeliner in general. It is how you apply it to make it soft. Okay, so what I mean by that is by taking a little bit of eyeliner. I prefer a gel eyeliner, and then you can take a little brush and you smudge it and you soften it. Yep, persuade. Like, I am persuading you to buy Sigma eye primer. Persuade. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You guys, thank you for spending your time with me. I am sorry that this got so long, but I love being able to teach. My name is Kim. I'm an over 50 makeup teacher. I retired from public school education after 25 years, and I've brought teaching makeup tips to over 50 women. If you currently do not follow me, I would love it if you would follow along this fabulous community of women supporting women. Just click on my photo and click follow. You'll get all the links as long as you comment the word simple. You guys, have a great day. I'll see you soon.